yay. It definitely came out well. I'm so happy with myself. Yeah. This is the thing I've been wanting to do for a minute. Not just like, and I still do that, but I wanted to be able to do the whole thing expressing through art and all that stuff. So, this is called Telepathy. This is called Telepathy. I had an experience. I feel like I don't know what specifically it is, but I feel like God, my spirit team, the energies that be supporting my high school and supporting the high school, I feel like lately they have been like slowing things down or bringing up things new, like I guess familiar, but just bringing up things in general and like not, I guess slowing it down or having me catch it. And I'm assuming it's because they're tired of weird shit happening to me, and it's time for me to enjoy life, because life is not supposed to be constant suffering. But there's a lot more. I'm just not trying to ramble on. One of them was telepathy. And then as I was attempting to think about how to like it quickly, efficiently, like quickly and hold on. Okay. I'm doing something else too. But so I'm trying to like quickly and clearly, efficiently like explain what like what this is. It's so simple, but it's like such a key. I put here telepathy. The key is the heart. And man, shout out to the girlies. Not only the girlies, there's guys, some guys too, but it's usually the girlies that be clocking stuff, that are able to recognize like patterns or a situation in human behavior or interactions or social stuff, and they're able to clock it and to specifically say what it is and how they handled it in a healthy way to break that pattern thing, the weird stuff that be happening in society, social stuff, and blah 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 that people be doing. Also, I was thinking like emotional manipulation. I feel like emotional manipulation might also be part of the telepathy. I had an experience where I figured it out. I'm gonna do my best to explain what it is. There has been this thing where it's not only quote unquote spiritual people, it's people who are aware of like energetic stuff, and they would do things. Man, I just don't feel like rambling on. I'm trying to figure out how to say it, but there was a familiar thing and feeling, and it was a person, and I believe how I figured out what the devil looks like. Even though the devil is shape-shifting and it's like the whole thing, same energy, different body. This is how I figured out what the devil looks like, and how, at least in my life, like how weird, like this energy keeps on jumping into different people and playing out the same situation. It was just a situation with this person, and man, at first I was like, it's crazy. At first, it's crazy how I did not recognize it at first. But as time went on, and it's because as spiritual people or energetic, whatever, like, yes, there's telepathy, and it's crazy because there was this post that was talking about social cues and what it means and and people were saying stuff, but there was this one comment where I was like, thank you. Like, they were saying like, oh, if they do this, like this. And this one person was like, can you just say it? And then some people were trying to come and be like, oh, like some people are Like, and this is where I started learning from somebody who says this. Some people will use like common, like social things that happen in society that could be true to play out their, I don't want to say the word narcissistic, but they're like, their toxic, weird stuff, mind game, emotional stuff. And this person, they would come at this person, they were like, oh, some people are shy and da da da. Some people be doing this shit on purpose. Like, I've experienced this thing with telepathy where people are clearly like communicating with me or doing something energetically, and it's so obvious and clear, and they validate it, but then like they invalidate it at the same time. Whether like, and this, I guess that's gaslighting. So going forward, I don't do this whole thing of like, oh, well, you're a spiritualist, you're a high priestess, you're this and that. No. I understand the spiritual stuff, but we have hands, we have ears, we have physical stuff. We have mouths to clearly say something. And I started like being straightforward. If somebody's not, if I'm asking a question or if I'm clearly stating something, to make sure if you are going to go back and forth or you're going to go with it or against it kind of thing. I've had this experience, and I'm telling you, and it's crazy. After the experience happened with this person, where it was telepathy, like it was crazy. Like, I'm talking with this person and we don't have to say anything at all. And I figured it out. It was while it was happening, because it was happening and I was like, nah, this is the thing. So I clocked it right there instead of like allowing the energy to just like whisk me away and I just forget and then I get hurt again and all this like weird stuff. Like I clocked it in the moment, and I kept asking the person, I was like, is this happening? I was like, do you hear me? Like, and I said it like verbally and everything. They were like, yes, da da da. And then it's crazy, like when the time was done and we were gonna, the whole thing when you're done hanging out with somebody and then you're you go to whatever and then you're gonna see each other next time. I felt in my body, I don't know where, I had to learn how to figure out where and what does that mean. But I felt this doom of like, I feel like this person, like I'm not gonna see this person again. Like they're gonna do all this and it's gonna go away. And I understand this whole thing of like, and that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, this is like a game that I don't like. And if you're not straightforward, man, you're just not for me. I don't care if you still are working on being shy or anything. You can't be close to me. It can't be that. You have to be like a very confident person and like really mean what you say what you mean type of thing. Like I'm over it. Like, cause I feel like like this energy, people keep using this thing just to like gaslight me and play with me and stuff. And then other things start happening where I'm like, nah, this person was not shy at all, or is not busy at all. It's not that you don't like to talk at all. You're doing some weird emotional manipulation, like gaslighting, mind games, and these are grown people. These are people who are grown, which at some point I can't wait to like get into like, how are you going years past 30, not recognizing and stuff like that. Some people I feel like it's on purpose. But anyways, it happened again. This person's talking about that they're too busy or they're like playing weird phone games, and I immediately clocked. I was like, yeah. So I just started speaking to my spirit team, and I was like, they were like, yeah, nah, like you need to, the way they were saying all this stuff, they were like, you need to stop that. And then there was, we weren't talking, and then they came up again randomly, right? The whole thing like, oh, they come back. And I'm telling you, I clocked it. And then I asked specific questions. And this person just kept acting like they didn't get what I was saying. And I was like, nah, you know exactly what I'm saying. You're playing games. You think I'm stupid. I immediately just like cut it off. And ever since then, anybody who does this weird, like wishy-washy, weird shit, I'm telling you, I don't care if you're shy or not. I'm telling you, and I know it's not that, because I've been interacting with people and nah, nah. Um, yeah, it's been that, and now I know how the telepathy works. And then, yeah, the whole thing with the person, I commented on that person's thing because I had to make sure that they knew that I knew what they were saying. And I was like, yes, I know exactly what you're saying. And I said, I was like, I understand, blah, 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 like that. People could be shy. I understand that, da, da, da. But we have mouths. Like, be a grown up, step up. You know what I mean? Every time I keep saying it's the worst, my mom used to say it's the worst somebody could say is no. Da, da, da. Be a grown up and say something. Say something. Like, we have mouths. Like, we're spiritual beings, da, 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 but we have mouths and certain things to clearly say something. And I made sure that whatever, and somebody commented, but I just like muted it because I'm like, girl, get out of here. Um, I was like, you have no clue what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about through experience. I'm telling you, if you're not a good communicator, if you're scared, if you this and that, don't come to me. Or we're not going to be close. We're going to be super surface. You're never going to know who I am. Don't ever say you know who I am if we can't go deeper and we're staying super surface. You're not telling me everything. You're doing all this weird stuff. Like, there's so much weird shit. I'm telling you, man. Like, the devil is so desperate. Like, every little crack, the devil loves to, like, just get in there, try to slip in there. So, okay, I know this is from the heart now. I figured it out during it. I figured it out. It's like the heart. And it's like being real and pure and vulnerable. There was a whatnot. So that's something I'm working on. I'm working on my heart. Because so many times, like, people have been doing this weird stuff. Like, they've been very emotionally manipulative. They have, like, people take this is why I'm very, like, a certain way and very discerning and very, like, not, like, open like that. Because I feel like every single time, like, I'm vulnerable, somebody just takes it as, like, either I'm weak, I'm, like, this goofy person, I don't know what I'm talking about, or, like, they try to, like, manipulate me, and I used to, like, just see it and just kind of, like, maneuver around it. Now I see it and I just don't say anything. I just, like, stop talking to the person because there's nothing to talk about. You know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. There's nothing going on to really go forward on here. The next time that, and this is true, if the person and you know it together, and you don't address it the next time, I'm telling you that you come, they're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff. And I at this point, I am so done with my mind being played with like that. Like, no, I have to do something about it. I have to take care of myself and say, no, this is not okay. This is not okay for people to constantly, mentally, spiritually, emotionally beat me up. Like, that's crazy. And the thing is, I know if people can't get to me that way, they get physical, like weirdly physical. It's not always like punching or hitting. They do weird things. Sometimes they shove. Sometimes they do weird shit. And then they use the social things. If you say no, or if you act a certain way because you know what they're doing, they use the social things to make it seem like, oh, this person is this and that. Nah, I see what you're doing, bro. And that's why I stopped talking. I just move away. I don't care. And you have to stop caring what people say and everything. Because not a lot of people be falling for shit real easy, and years later realize it or whatever. But yes, okay, it's a lot. So I've been just practicing, like, it's discernment. It's like being vulnerable, but at the same time, when I see this thing start rising up again, I'm learning how to healthily handle it, like, or how to, because the thing is, I don't want to be closed off completely. Like, I feel like that's the trick. That's what I'm saying. That's the trick of the devil, to establish some type of abandonment thing in me, victimizing thing in me, like closed off, cold thing in me, just so that, like, I can't find my people can't find me, like, so I can't actually enjoy the fullness of my journey. And I'm telling you, I'm so prideful. I will not let the devil win. Like, this is why I keep going, because I can't let the devil win. I can't. This is why I keep going. Like, I will die trying. I keep telling anybody who really talked to me, they heard me say this constantly. I will die trying. I will die single before marrying somebody who's going to be abusive, who don't actually love me. I'm going to get the love that I know that I deserve, that is actually there. I know it. And I will die trying. I don't care. I'm going to come back anyway and get it. But because I live, I die, I live again. I don't actually die. So I've been, like, learning how to be discerning, or like be vulnerable and use my heart and open, but at the same time be aware, or as soon as I clock that they're doing the thing, or I feel in my body something is off, like how to, like, gauge it. And I'm gonna be honest, that's a little bit, like, difficult, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting because I don't want to have to think about this. My main thing that I always be saying too is I want to be able to just rest. I feel like I'm not actually resting because I have to constantly be aware. There's a lot of people who are doing weird shit, y'all. And the thing is, people pass it off as normal things, daily things, but it's not normal. This is common, it's not normal. Y'all gotta go to therapy. Go. Because I'm going. As soon as I'm able to, or whatnot, even find the right one, I'm going. In the meantime, I'm just doing my own therapy and whatnot. It's just being very honest and da-da. But, yeah, that's what I've been practicing. I've been practicing, like, because also being online, people be doing this too. They be hiding. And they think I don't know because I'm talking to them. But I feel like online people low-key be weird and trying to, like, and it's like, y'all don't even know me. It hurts because, like, you don't even know me. And it's like, do you even give a fuck to even know me anyway? But anyways, trying to do this weird stuff, and it's like trying to, like, hit, like, say things underneath, in between the lines and all this shit, like, so I've been practicing how to, like, handle it the best that I can. And I'm just gonna be the best me ever that I can be. It's exhausting because I just feel like I'm always awake, like I'm always, like, having to make sure that that's Karen. She playing with something. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's my crochet with the beads. But yeah, I just, honestly, it's been a combination of being open and vulnerable. I keep asking my spirit team, God, the energies that be a spring, my spring, I keep telling them or asking them to please help me to act and move in love no matter what, like, unconsciously, subconsciously, consciously move in love. And if I feel whatever it is, judging from what it is, depending on what it is, I will either attempt to talk to you, or if it's like something where I know if I talk to you, you're gonna talk me in circles, because that's what that person tried to do. They try to talk you in circles. If I clock that you're the type of person to talk me and talk to me in circles, and try to further gaslight, manipulate, I would just stop talking to you. So yeah, I would try to not confront, or just talk and be like, hey, like, da da da, and go on from there, or just like cut it off. But yeah, and it's just very much being discerning. This happens like distance wise too. Where you feel like you're randomly thinking about the person, or randomly you feel like you have this weird softness, or just like, well, maybe I'm being too hard. No, I'm telling you, I feel, because many times when that happened, the person randomly texted me or called me like a few minutes after, and I was like, nah, they doing something. Very, very often. And this actually, I'm not gonna say often, always, every single time. And I was like, nah, this person's doing something. So I'm just being open, being myself, being my true self. If I clock it, I talk about it, or I shut it down. And I just keep moving on. If I need to, purge, meaning like I need to cry or like address it and be present and ground and all that, I do that. I cleanse, I sage, I spray the Florida water, all that. I do whatever, and then I move on. If this thing keeps trying to repeat, I keep on stopping it, clock it, stopping it, clock it, stopping it, clock it. I'm telling you, it could be exhausting, but at some point it does work, because I have seen it. And I love when they show me this through people and situations and experiences, where they're like, your work has not gone. Because sometimes I'm like, yo, I'm doing all this, and it's like, yo, sometimes I do get very numb. And all of a sudden, like, all of the work that I have like put in, I see it like happen in front of me, and then it's just like, oh, this is why. Okay. I don't know for anybody else, but I think this has been and I think this has been going on generationally, whether my family wants to like fully say their experience or not, or whatever. I think it's been that. I think it's also been my own experience with constantly having this like occur in my life. But it's starting to dissipate. Well, I think it has dissipated, and I feel like things keep trying to come back and re-establish, or what they say like, oh, it's trying to do another contract. I keep denying. Access denied. Access denied. It's just a repetitive thing, and I talk to my spirit team, or whatnot, and and they show me and everything, and just that. So yeah, telepathy. I really hope I said everything that I wanted to say. And love bombing could be part of the thing. But, especially about like basic things about you. Like, okay, like, don't be rude and everything like that, and be like, yeah, I know. But like, oh, thank you. But know that, of course you're beautiful. Of course you're smart. Of course. But thank you, or whatnot. Let's see how you have to be discerning of like how you move when it comes to that. 'Cause I feel like for people it's different. I'm just saying with my experience. But yeah, telepathy and everything like that, like it, and it's crazy. I noticed this years ago in like 2022. Somebody did this with me, and he was confusing me, because like he would say certain things, but then we were around people when I would just like, because I show affection like, by hugging, or but like really like pouring into you. When I would do that outwardly, he would be weird, and there were certain things, and I knew it was, but I wasn't able to really like pinpoint and say it. And I don't know if I really am able to pinpoint and say it. Again, shout out to the girlies, anybody who is able to clock what the social energetic things that normal people don't see, everyday people don't see, but you see it, type of thing. Whatever. Uh, but I remember that, and it hurt. It hurt so much because it's just love, love, and I'm like, why love? But what did I do? Nothing. He didn't do anything. It was some weird shit, person, whoever I'm talking to, girl, guy. I'm gonna be honest. I've been really wanting to speak to the girlies, but I don't know. Anyways, I want the genuine girlies, not the girlies who trying to act like they trying to actually be my friend, but y'all trying to just get some weird info on me, and y'all just trying to get close for other reasons. The actual girlies, like, and the guys who are respectful, who are themselves and everything. I love that when I see a dude who's just really in himself and he's respectful and he gets it, okay? And he acts accordingly without having to say much. Thank you. Yeah, that's a telepathy thing. Be careful, because what I'm starting to realize is that whole spiritual awakening thing, it did not just like end or stop with me. Other people are going to continuously like be awake to things, and then find these spiritual groups and these retreats and stuff like that. And at some point, this is all going to stop. I don't like people who say there's always going to be this evil and da-da. No. I feel like y'all saying that is keeping it going. It's going to stop for good. And we are going to live in peace and harmony and in healthy goodness and love and God and all that stuff. Okay? Period. Because it can happen, and it is happening. It's going to happen. I want to say these things, like be careful if you're like new to this, or maybe you've been on it but you haven't noticed or anything. Be very discerning. Like, you don't have to be paranoid or anything, but you know your thing or your situation. You know it. Trust it, okay? Sometimes even test it, and I feel like the best way to really test everything is to just have like a certain thing for yourself and be very direct and straightforward, and watch patterns, just be very observant, but don't be so overly paranoid. Just also at the same time, like, just let things happen and let things unfold the way they gotta unfold. Be open and everything like that. I'm gonna throw this in there real quick. I don't like, and that's why I was trying to tell people about the Megan Thee Stallion thing. With her recent ex. Well, me personally, in my experience, the timing that happened, I know that was a demonic thing that happened. It was supposed to discourage me and a lot of other women and be like, oh, well, all men are the same. Look at this, you do this and that. No, I'm telling you, it's done on purpose. This shit was on purpose. I know I'm still gonna have my man who's gonna respect me, who's gonna want monogamy, who's gonna want to be all up on me. I know my baby. Yeah, like, I know this is happening for me. That may have happened. This stuff are happening constantly, but I know this is gonna happen for me. Despite what you say, or you try to portray in the so-called reality, this physical reality. That was because something happened. Like, I was having an experience before, and then that happened. I feel like it was this demonic thing that was trying to be like, see, like, you can't actually, it's not realistic to have somebody who's monogamous. It's not realistic to do that. And I was like, no, it's realistic for me. I don't know about you, but for me, it is. I wanted to randomly throw that in there. But be careful if you guys are like starting out, or I don't know, whatever this is for anybody. Just be discerning. Don't be paranoid, but be discerning about these energies. I'm telling you the devil. I say that just in general. I don't know how else to say it right now. As I evolve, it's gonna probably improve and stuff. But I'm telling you, the devil be finding ways. I'm telling you, it's a trick. And you know what the answer is? It is like vulnerability to heart. It is heart and is love, but it's also balance, like a balance, not going too off the rocker on either side. Seeing what something is, but also like kind of like being on the balance beam or whatnot. Cause something about we know but we don't know kind of thing. And the whole thing about Wiseman says, I know that I don't know. That's why I don't really come like vindicate things fully sometimes, even though I know there's like, this is what it is, and this is fact, this has been happening. I don't vindicate something or whatnot because you never know. Something could be like super different in history or whatnot, and the first time in like a millennia or in a century, something. But that's that, y'all. This is telepathy. The key to the telepathy is the heart. It is vulnerability, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Beware of having rose-colored glasses. Just because you discover telepathy and you realize what it is and stuff, still protect yourself because people somehow, energies, whatever, somehow find its way to like play on that. All right. Peace out. I'm gonna stop. I'm so proud of myself. On to the next.